In Parshat Shoftim, Moshe Rabbeinu instructs the nation that when they are on the cusp of battle, officers should pass through the military camp and should announce that anyone who has built a home, but not yet completed and lived in that home, anyone who has sown a field, but not yet redeemed and eaten from that field, anyone who has married and not yet consummated that marriage should return home. This group of people is not invited to participate in this battle. And if you think about it, this is very odd. Selecting this particular group of people to return home is strange. Because as Rabbi Shalom Karmi of Yeshiva University points out, from a utilitarian and societal perspective, a very different type of person or class of people should have been selected. Who should have been sent home? It should have been the person who has been married for 10 years, who has 4 young children at home relying on him. Should this person fall in battle, it would, of course, cause much more suffering. And there would be a greater societal cost, because now a community is going to need to provide for these young children, to clothe, shelter, educate, and raise these young children. Same is true when it comes to sowing a field, right? The person who has sown the field and not yet reaped, of course, that is a loss, a terrible loss. But of course, the person who has a thriving business, who is relied upon by a whole community to employ people, to put food on people's tables, if that person were to fall in battle, that would be a much greater cause of suffering. But, as Rabbi Karmi notes, the Torah is not really interested in this utilitarian and societal calculus. The Torah is concerned with the objective tragedy of the individual. In concrete terms, the greatest tragedy occurs when a life is cut short without having had the chance to fulfill any of its unique potential. In Rabbi Karmi's beautiful words, with no harvest of success and failure on their ledger. It is this particular group of people who are chosen and sent home because we want to protect, the Torah wants to protect, Hashem wants to protect their unrealized potential. Today is Rosh Chodesh El, and it's a time of introspection. It's a time when we grapple honestly with who we are and how we've done this year, how we are doing in general. And that also means thinking about who we could be. It means thinking about our unique potential. Allow me to close with Rabbi Karmi's piercing words. He writes, "It is often alleged that modern people do not cry on Yom Kippur because we are too secure, too arrogant in our worldly competence. However, one great impediment to Yirat Shamayim is not that we think too much of ourselves, but that we care too little about our unique destinies as individuals standing before God." This Elul, let's not underestimate who we can be. Let's not underestimate our potential. I wish you and your families a good Shabbos and a very meaningful Elul.